Have you ever stopped to think about what's really pulling the strings behind your own emotions? Well, today we're going to take a quick peek behind the curtain. We're going to explore the hidden forces that shape how you feel every single day. Let's get right into it. So, let me just kick things off with a big question. Are you really in control of how you feel? I mean, you probably think, yeah, of course I am, but you might be surprised. The answer is way more complicated and honestly way more fascinating than a simple yes or no. To start untangling this, we're going to look at the absolute fundamentals, the hardwired emotions that all of us share, no matter what culture we're from or where we live. This is, you could say, the emotional language that every single person speaks. First up, the one everyone's chasing, joy. You know it. It's that bright, warm feeling you get when things are going great. It's awesome, for sure, but it's just one small piece of a much, much bigger emotional puzzle. And, well, you can't have joy without its opposite, right? Sadness, that feeling of loss. It's actually a super important signal that something's wrong, telling our brains to maybe slow down, reflect, or go find some comfort. Then you've got anger, that hot, fiery feeling when you've been treated unfairly or when something's blocking you from a goal. It's a powerful force that's designed to push us to, fight back against obstacles. And of course, there's fear. This is basically our brain's ancient alarm system. It's that primal instinct that just screams danger and gets your body ready for fight or flight. Super useful, evolutionarily speaking. Next is surprise. That split-second, wide-eyed moment when something completely unexpected happens. It basically forces your brain to hit the pause button and figure out, whoa, what was that? Then there's disgust. You know, that deep feeling of, ugh, get that away from me. It's our brain's defense mechanism, whether it's against spoiled food that could make you sick or an idea that just feels morally wrong. And rounding out our list is contempt. This one's a bit different. It's that feeling of looking down on someone, that sense of scorn or superiority. And honestly, it's often called the single most destructive emotion in any relationship. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? Here's the truly amazing part. These 7 emotions are understood by everyone, everywhere. A smile means joy in a huge city, just like it does in a remote village that's never seen a TV. This tells us something huge. These core feelings aren't just something we learn. They're literally baked into our biology. Okay, so that's what's happening on the outside, on our faces. But what's going on inside our heads? Let's talk about a brain chemical that gets misunderstood all the time. Because you see, it's not actually about feeling good, it's all about the chase. Let's talk about dopamine. Now, you probably heard it called the pleasure chemical, right? Well, that's actually not the full story. A better name for it is the motivation chemical. Dopamine is what makes you want things, what makes you curious, what makes you get up and go searching for something. And this is where it gets really interesting. Your brain has 2 totally separate systems for this stuff. You've got the wanting system, which is all dopamine. That's the engine that pushes you to seek a reward. Then you've got the liking system, which is where you actually feel the pleasure. And the wild part? You can totally want something without even liking it. That's dopamine for you. Think about this. It's the perfect example. You're listening to your favorite song, and you know the best part. The big chorus, the guitar solo, is coming up. And right before it hits, you get those chills, right? That's a dopamine rush. It's not the pleasure of hearing it yet. It's the pure anticipation. Your brain is rewarding you just for the chase. How cool is that? All right, so our feelings are part biology, part brain chemistry. But what about the world around us? Let's dive into how our senses can just hijack our emotions, often without any conscious thought at all. They really don't ask for permission. This quote just nails it. The author smells something and boom, instant happiness, a trip right back to her childhood. See, smell is unique. It takes a secret shortcut in your brain, bypassing all the normal processing and going straight to the emotion and memory centers. That's why a certain smell can feel like a time machine. And it's not just smell. Our eyes are hardwired with preferences too. Ever wonder why so many of us find those calm, rolling landscape paintings so beautiful? It is absolutely not a coincidence. It's an echo from our deep evolutionary past. I mean, think about it from our ancestors' point of view. A landscape like this was basically a 5-star resort. You've got hills for a good vantage point, you've got water to drink, trees for cover, animals for food, and a path so you can explore without getting lost. Seeing this, even in a painting, tells our ancient lizard brain, hey, we're safe here. and that feels good. Okay, let's add one final tricky layer to all this, our own conscious mind. Because on top of our biology, our brain chemistry, and our senses, our thoughts are constantly playing tricks on how we feel. Think about the last time you landed on a new website. Before you read a single word, you made a judgment, didn't you? Do I trust this place? Well, that decision is almost purely emotional, based entirely on the design, the colors, the layout. We make a snap judgment in a fraction of a second, way before our logical brain have even had a chance to chime in. All right, let's try a little thought experiment. Picture it. You win the lottery tomorrow. Millions of dollars. Now, how happy do you think you'll be 2 years from now? And here's the kicker. The research is pretty clear. You'd probably be about as happy as you are right now. Yeah, I know, it sounds crazy, but it tells us something absolutely profound about how our minds work. So here's what's going on. We all have this kind of psychological immune system. It's like an emotional thermostat. Whether something amazing happens or something terrible happens, our minds are constantly working to bring us back to our personal baseline of happiness. We are just terrible at predicting how we'll feel in the future because we always forget about this powerful built-in regulator. So, from universal emotions and brain chemistry to ancient survival instincts and faulty predictions, it's pretty clear that what we feel is this incredibly complex cocktail of influences. And that kind of leaves us with one last thought. If a simple smell, a song, or a picture can change your emotional state without you even knowing it, what do you think is influencing you right now?